You are watching MMA Heat. I'm Karyn Bryant. Still to come, Manny Gamborian is going to tell us what it felt like to knock out Mike Brown. But first, we're going to spend some time with Tom Atencio. He is the co-owner of the Affliction Clothing brand, and they have basically become synonymous with MMA. They sponsor fighters such as Randy Couture, GSP, Rampage, Frankie Edgar, Fabricio Verdum. Now, we went to their headquarters down in Seal Beach, California, and as you'll see, these guys are much, much more than just a t-shirt company.
This used to be the gym, our portion of the gym.
Right.
We had the ring here and the cage right here, and then that was the gym.
Yeah.
What we did was we actually built it into a retail space now. We built the gym here. It's a lot bigger now.
Oh, nice.
So we have the cage, the ring, obviously, all the weights, and then I have a huge jiu-jitsu area down there, which we're not done with, but we're going to build a rack system and make this a lot bigger. We have full facilities, men's and women's showers.
Nice.
We have a sauna room in the men's room, and then I've got Marco Huaz here, and Dave Jansen from OC Muay Thai.
And so how often are you down here in the middle of the day? Like after a tough meeting or a tough negotiation, you're going down here to work something out?
I was, but as you can see, I put on a lot of weight, and I'm trying to get back in here, and that's why I'm trying to bring Marco in here too, because Marco's he's definitely the guy that I don't slap with when I train with him. We've basically kind of built a whole lifestyle, as we did with the company. But we're starting a new line called American Customs. We just launched it at the show. It's doing extremely well, and it's based around the whole Americana, back to the Americana lifestyle and motorcycles.
And so we'll be able to order an Affliction motorcycle?
Eventually, that's what we're looking at. This is John Moss. He works with us, I'm sure. He works with us. This is his bike as well. That one runs. Cool. And then we're building other bikes that will sit in the stores. But John does them. I mean, these are new bikes, and he makes them, builds them to look old. So we built this garage farm, as you can see. This is basically all of our designers. This is the clothing, cut and sew. Right. So they handle all of the design work down here. These are all the artists, all our in-house artists. You can see they're all working on new stuff and trying to get everything done. We haven't really veered from our roots. We went more into cut and sew, and we do a full line now. We started out as a t-shirt brand, obviously. Yeah. We moved into denim, and then now we have a full line of cut and sew, and that's one of the things that most people don't know about our brand, is that we do have denim, shoes, jewelry, glasses, just about everything you can think of under the sun as a full line does. Yeah. This is sales reps. These are all the sales reps, and you can see it's a little bit more fun. Yeah. They have, they all work really hard, but you can see they can also play a little bit. For sure. Wow. Here it is. This is the warehouse. This is where we do all of the warehousing of all of the brands. Remedy, Affliction Women's, Sinful, Extreme Couture, and Throwdown. So you can see it's pretty good size building. We also have the studio down there. You can see the big black area. That's the photography studio. Oh, okay. So that we try to do everything in-house. It tends to work a little bit better for us. But this is a pretty good, I think this is a 90,000 square foot building. When did you actually start the company? August of 2005. Oh, why does it seem like it's been around longer? It does, doesn't it? We came out of the gates just kicking, you know, I mean, throwing punches, and we were well received. We started out in the music and tattoo industry. We had some great bands that got behind us and wore the stuff. I think it was Bleed the Sky was one of our first bands. Then we ended up with Ozzy Osbourne, The Addicts, Misfits, Social Distortion. Suicidal Tendencies. A lot of bands that really embraced us. Aside from that, then I started sponsoring fighters that I trained with Marco. Justin Levens being the first guy I started sponsoring, who was my best friend at the time, and unfortunately he passed away. But from Justin, I started sponsoring. I think I met Randy Couture and Rampage. Well, I'm sorry, Josh Barnett. Yeah. Josh Barnett started wearing our stuff, and then I met Randy, Rampage, Scott Smith, and Uriah Faber. One day I was up in Northern Cal at some event. And I met those guys, and they liked it, and it really snowballed. And it is where it is because of mostly the influencers that wear our stuff. We had Dwayne Johnson who was wearing our stuff. He just found it and he liked it. Yeah. A lot of influencers and people, it just caught on like gangbusters. Right. So it's been good. This will be the flagship store, and the way it is, it's set up is little stores within a big store. Up top left will be Affliction Women's.
Okay.
Top right, Affliction Men's. Right here, Remedy.
Yep.
And then over there, Sinful.
You got to tell me what it feels like, though, for you when you go to an event and you look around and literally, conservatively, 6 out of 10 people probably have something on that you made. What does that feel like?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been in the t-shirt business, and that's kind of why I fell in love with t-shirts. I started silk screening when I was 15 years old, and that was one of the coolest things for me, is printing my own shirt, or custom printing a shirt, and then printing let's say I did a whole run for somebody by hand, and then all of a sudden a couple days later, or a week later, I would see somebody wearing it. It was cool. It was a really cool feeling as a kid, knowing that I'm actually the one who created that.
Right.
And that's what got me into silk screening and t-shirts. And then now, of course, I mean, it's great, and then obviously just doing things like this, you know, I mean, people recognize me now because of the brand, and I'm obviously not the only guy here, but it's a good feeling. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, it's very, it's rewarding knowing that people recognize you for what you do.
That is one serious operation. Now, Tom says they plan on opening more stores this year. A 5th location in Moscow, one in Hong Kong, one in South Africa, and a handful more right here in the States. Up next, we will hang out with Anthony Rumble Johnson and Boss Rutan at the Knockout Dogfighting event in Hollywood.